Hello everybody and welcome to another hand feeding video. Today we will be doing the youngest batch of conures. This is not the batch of the Sucheeks and pineapples, the oldest batch. Those are ready for their new homes now. Nor is this the batch of the yellow-sided and the mystery baby. Those guys will be ready. They're almost green and we will be ready in about a week or so. This is the newest batch of conures. It is a mixed batch. You have pineapples, Sucheeks, likely a yellow-sided, and a couple of these black Crimson Bellied. They are all overflow or unexpected babies. The overflows are from the pairs that have already laid once this season, the pineapples and the Sucheeks. I took off the nest boxes after I pulled the babies for hand feeding. But I did find an egg in the bottom of the cage for the two pairs of Sucheeks. So I took the eggs out, of course, and I put them underneath a other pair of conures that are an older pair as fosters. And the eggs hatched out. One egg from each pair, the same with one egg from a pineapple pair. Then I got an egg from an older pair of, I believe it was yellow-sided, and a couple of eggs from a couple of older pairs, retired pairs of Crimson Bellied conures. They did not have a nest box, but they did still feel the urge to lay an egg in their food bowl. So of course I took the egg out and gave them to a pair of lovebirds this time for fostering. I did not think the eggs would be viable. They were an older pair, they're enjoying their retirement. But lo and behold, both eggs did hatch, and this is one of the babies here. A little black cap. And what's more, look at those feet. Both of them have socks on. And guess who else had socks on? The mystery baby. And guess who looked exactly like these two Crimson Bellieds when they were the same age? The mystery baby. Had the same dark coloration, the same dark pin feathers, and the same socks. Same size. So I'm thinking now that a mystery baby is not a green cheek like I had earlier thought, a standard green cheek, but it is a Crimson Bellied. And the mystery baby's behavior does support this. That guy is super outgoing and has a behavior set much different than the pineapples and yellow-sided that he is in with. He is heavier, he is larger, and he is much more squidgy and confident. He can open the cage door by himself, so I have to latch that cage door down. And his behavior is just much different from the yellow-sided and the pineapple. It's very reminiscent of the past Crimson Bellied I had as early as I think about a year and a half ago. But onto the hand feeding. This guy is acting quite hungry. He's one of the Crimson Bellied and he has the socks on. Let's see how he eats. Acting a little reluctant. I touched the soft spot and there we go. You have the little soft spot on the side of the beak. You touch that, and that's what the parents do to encourage their feeding. And if you can see on his head, on his cheeks, he has what looks like little black spots underneath the skin, which the mystery baby also had, and I did comment on in an earlier video of him hand feeding. Good strong feeding response. There are going to be a lot of babies coming up soon that will be available. Currently available are the pineapples, a couple of pineapples and a couple of Sucheeks. The sun conures will be available in just a matter of days. You have yellow-sided and now Crimson Bellied. And a pineapple in a few more days to a week. Pearl cockatiels will be available soon. Another big batch of cocktails right behind them. very busy before my move to the island. See, this is the other Crimson Bellied. You can see he's all dark. He's got the black spots on his head. And I think I have found a place on the island to move to. For years, my dream house would have been a little farmhouse on a plot of farmland right on the border of a big forest. So backyard is forest, front yard is farm. I can have the best of both worlds. I think I might have found just that place. But he's full. Next. It's a good sized house. It is a log house on a stone foundation, very much a farmhouse, on a good piece of flat farmland. And there's a big forest behind the house, not on the property or bordering the property, except for one little finger that branches off from the forest of big, tall cedar trees, I believe they are, and touches the back corner of the property. So I could still walk off into the forest from my property and farm the rest of my property on the island. Got a small acreage. Have my fruit tree orchards in the front half. The back half will be vegetables for me and a big field of millet for the birds, the big monster spray millet, and berry vines all along the outside. So those were the three smallest conures. Now let's go for the larger ones. These are the older ones. There are a variety of ages. They're probably all about a week and a half to 2 weeks apart in age. Go for the smallest one first. That will be a Sucheek. But yeah, it's been a while looking for a home for myself on the island. Looks like there's been a bit of a rush, but I am looking forward to the move. The birds will have a lot more room than they have here. This house I can be able to give about 2,400 square feet of floor space for the birds, the babies, the rescues, rehab areas, training areas, pre-flight areas. Because for me, for myself, all I need is a kitchen and a bedroom and a little bit of a computer room to do all my computer work and stuff. I don't need much for myself. I'm a single guy. As long as I have my workshop out back, the birds to work with, some land to work, I can keep myself busy. And this guy is pretty hungry. Nice fluffy Sucheek. They are a color mutation of the green cheek conure. Oh, he's done. Burrow into my hand there. Nice big crop. Go for the other. Oop, there goes the lid. There goes. Back up. Here's the other Sucheek. He's a week or two older. Still a good feeding response. It always makes me nervous when I have the bonus eggs from a breeding pair who I removed the nest box from. They don't usually give me a bonus egg because I do stop the lights and I cycle the lights and the food amounts, the protein amounts. But it's been so long since their last breeding season. I guess they had some pent up drive to work through. And they wanted to start a second clutch while the first clutch was still in the nest. But the eggs hatch out well, the babies are all healthy. So I'm not worried about that at least. He is full. He is going to be entering his drawdown stage pretty shortly. Now for the last and the largest, the first, the premier, the pineapple conure. He is in his drawdown phase. He should be flying. He took his first tentative flights starting a couple of nights ago. Didn't get very far, just from my head to the table here. And again from the table into the side of my face. But pretty soon he'll be zooming around the room, and you can see he was in his drawdown phase, short drawdown phase. Now that he's taken his first flight, he has gotten some of his appetite back. But not all of it. So he is eating seed now. He'll start on chop in about a week or so. But right now, not too interested in taking a huge feeding. He still likes playing with it and getting it up his nose. I know. But he is spending time in the evenings now on my lap, on my shoulder, under my beard. He's going to be a friendly one. But rather interested in exploring. Very pretty birdie, lots of nice red on him. He's got that calm, inquisitive personality. He's going to be a good birdie. But now he's got to go and zoom around back there. Well, there we go. That is the latest batch of conures. My last batch of conures while I'm still living on the BC mainland. I hope, unless things go horribly wrong and I'm it's always entertaining when you're doing a move. But next hand feeding video will be of likely we have only thing that's left in hand feeding is some cockatiels and a little lovebird. Some cockatiels were just pulled from a nest for hand feeding today, and they will be having their first video shortly in conjunction with the ones that are just a little bit older. And we got a little lovebird I'll probably include in with the cockatiels. There are some more budgies coming up soon as well, but things are winding down. There's still a lot of babies in the hand feeding, but as these grow and finish hand feeding, they will not be replaced, at least not while I'm here. It will likely be quite a while before I begin operations again on the island. I'll have to do a lot of building, putting up walls, putting in insulation, insulating ceilings, insulating floors, insulating walls, putting in heat recovery systems and air intakes, air exhausts, air filtration, supplemental heating, heat pumps, backup generators, standby generators, standbys for everything and everything. Oh boy, it's going to be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. It'll be a very modern, safe aviary, and before I know it, there'll be happy and healthy babies coming out. Well, until then, have a good day.